then let's really now take a real look at our test. Right now in darkness, even though it's daylight, I don't know if you can see the windows, but it's right now a beautiful sunny day in Jerusalem. And the truth, though, is if we had special glasses that show us the truth and the MS, there's a lot of darkness right here, even in this very day when the sun is shining so bright at noon, midday. A lot of darkness in Jerusalem, 2025. And even more darkness around the world. And so let's take a good look at what this story of being trapped amidst all this darkness really means and what we can and should, and God willing, will do about it. So now let's appreciate. Yaakov comes with his family to Mitzrayim, Egypt, to set up a temporary place to keep the physical bodies alive. But now what about the soul? They came not just bodies, they came bodies and souls to Egypt. What's going to be with the Jewish people? They might physically survive, but what about mentally, emotionally? What about spiritually? This is very serious. Now, I said something wrong because that's the normal way to say it in English, but let me clarify and correct what I said. They came to Egypt in many bodies, 70 bodies. But when the Torah describes them arriving as 70 people, it describes them as coming as 70 soul, one soul. They came 70 people, 70 different bodies, but they, in essence, in the truth of what they represented, they came as one soul. And that's unbelievable. That makes no sense. I mean, it's unbelievable once we appreciate what it means, but what does it mean? We have to learn now what it means. But everyone paying attention to this? They came to Egypt 70 soul. So what does that mean, 70 soul? It means there were 70 bodies with a one soul divided into those 70 bodies. One soul divided. How can I appreciate that? I'm a human being. I try to behave like one. I have 613 parts to my body, right? I have fingers, joints, hands, ligaments, sinews. We learn it from the, Chazal teach us that the 613 commandments correspond to 613 parts of my body. So I'm 613 parts, but I'm one body. I'm one person, right? So that's what's going on over here. There were 70 body parts, physical manifestations of one soul in 70 different people, but it was one soul. Just like I have many parts, but I'm one person. And that is why the term Adam in Hebrew is man. Man is Adam. It has no plural form. Ish is another term for a man. And you could say Ish, you could say Anashim. There's plural for the word Ish, Ishiyut. There's a plural for that word. Gever is also a different term for a man. Gvarim, people. So Gever and Ish have a singular and plural form. Adam has no plural form. It's only singular. What's the point? What's the lesson? The Gemara, what's the deep message here? What's the deep idea that we have to appreciate? The Talmud explains that only Bnei Yisrael, only the Jewish people, which itself has to be understood, are called Adam. The other nations of the world are people, they exist, and of course they have free choice, and Hashem wants certainly something from everyone, and they have a mission, they have a divine mission they can tap into. And we have also a divine mission that we can tap into, but we're unique. We were chosen for a unique purpose, a unique cause, and lying about it and lying to ourselves and selling ourselves short is not going to solve any problem. It's just going to be a lie. We are unique. We are called Adam because of exactly what it says when Yaakov came into Mitzrayim. 70 people, but one soul. And so today, in truth, we are 15 million people, but one soul. That's today, in this world. And when we talk about the totality of the Jewish people, so the truth is we're 600,000 root souls that have many different offshoots, which means that the number of particular souls can be very many, but it's all rooted in 600,000 root souls. And that's why the Torah has, according to the Zohar, 600,000 letters, and how that works out. Because God and the Torah and the Jewish people are one, which is a beautiful thing. Because God created and selected Avraham to be his firstborn child, so to speak. And it says, B'ni Bechori. The Torah says, we are Hashem's Bechor. And that is unique and special, and we cannot let the confusion and darkness come and steal that away from us. So we have to know who we are and what we are. We're different. You see we're different. 2025, we're hated in a way that no one else is hated. We're 15 million people. They blame us for controlling the world. Imagine 15. We're controlling the world. We're committing a genocide. The fact that we exist is the miracle. Genocide. They've been trying to genocide us for the last 6,000 years. But anyway, the point is we are one soul that are divided into bodies. And that's an important thing to understand. So now let's get back to our story in Mitzrayim. Yaakov and his one soul of the Jewish people that he brought into Mitzrayim. And these 70 people that became 600,000 men when they left. Of course, don't forget. What's going to be? How do they survive? Why? Why would God plant them in Mitzrayim in the first place? So let's understand. The real truth is this. The Mashiach, the Messiah, the perfection that mankind can reach, can accomplish, can only come through the darkness. And even more than that, can only come through, so to speak, I'm going to use it as a phrase because it's going to sound cool, through hell. Heaven, you got to go through hell to get to heaven. Okay? And that's not only if you sin, even if you don't sin, because Adam sinned already. And so we have to go through the evil and somehow bring out the good from the evil, and that's how we reach where we have to get to. So just bottom line, why the Jews had to go to Egypt is because they had a job to do in Egypt. They had to somehow go into Egypt, face the evils and all of the challenges of Egypt and survive. That was their challenge. And the goal was for them to come out alive. That was the point. To go into the lion's den and come out alive. That's what they had to do. Why? Because from the moment that Adam sinned, good and evil became mixed, attached. From the moment of the sin and subsequent sins of Adam continuing after the first sin and the generation of the flood, generation of the dispersion, the generation of Sodom and Gomorrah, a lot of negativity, and that negativity was a part of their souls. Many, many Jewish souls, holy souls, sunk to the lowest dark klipa negativity that you could imagine, and we had to cleanse ourselves from that. We had to work, and that was the test of Mitzrayim.